Hi, in this video I'll show you all the steps to installing tile in your shower pan. The first thing you'll do when you're ready to tile the pan is you want to get the tile all laid out and cut. You can cut through the backing on the tile where the drain is. I use the square drains because they're easier to tile around. Cut out the two strips that you'll need to fill in. This will require a small cut along the edge. When you're marking the tile, I usually will flip it 180 degrees and make the mark against the opposite tile, because you can lay the tile down a little flatter. And if it winds up that you're too close to the edge, you'll need to cut all the tile around the whole perimeter of the drain to make it look even. And after you cut it, you put the cut edge against the drain. I use masking tape on there, and you just mark where you want the cut. This is the opposite side. This will be flipped around against the wall. And I always double check stuff before you cut it. And after you cut it, you can go ahead and lay it in. And then you're ready to set your tile. You start by getting the mortar bed wet. This will do two things. It'll strengthen the bond as well as slow down the drying process. And then I do a little test spot with some thin set just to check my height. This type of drain you can raise and lower by twisting it. And the thin set should be about the consistency of peanut butter. It shouldn't flow out. And it's time to go ahead and lay the tile in. You want to do it very gently. You don't want to press down at this point. You want to wait till all your tile's in before you put any pressure on it. This will allow you to make adjustments. All these different tile panels I've numbered. Put a piece of masking tape with a number on it to help you keep track of which ones go where. At this point, you want to go around and make sure all your grout lines are even. You want to do it without pressing down too much on the tile. Take a block of wood and just lightly and evenly put a little pressure. On a small shower floor, it slopes down as well as it curves around, so you don't want to use too big of a piece of wood. So it's actually a compound curve. So if the piece of wood is too big, you'll push down too hard in one spot. And I double check my levels. And go around with your hand and check that you don't have any high points. Sometimes you'll get some thin set that'll come up between the tile. You want to take a knife. I use the back side of a knife blade, works good to clean out any thin set that's come up. You want to do that before it hardens. Just go around and check your spacing, your heights, get the thin set out of the grout lines. And you'll notice that I tiled the floor before I did the walls. It's better to have your walls overlap the floor. It'll help your drainage in the long run. You don't want to have a grout line that runs straight down through the shower floor to the pan liner. And once your tile is dried at least overnight, then you can get ready for the grout. Grout you want the same kind of consistency like peanut butter, and use a float. And you want to press down pretty hard and work it into the grout lines. And you want to go at like a 45-degree angle. You want to make sure you're putting quite a bit of pressure as you're doing this to really work it down inside. Then you want to use a sponge that has a scrubber side to it and have it fairly wet, not dripping wet. Check if you find any voids, you can just fill them at this point. Having a fairly wet and muddy sponge, it'll help even out your grout lines, give you a nice even finish on it. And wait about 20 minutes. Then you're going to use the soft side of the sponge to go around and wipe off all the excess grout. If you use 2 buckets, you can get your sponge cleaner and it makes it more effective. After you've done that twice, wait an hour and then do it again. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.